Welcome everybody to BBL Season 8. We're in Week 10, and tonight I am playing with my secondary team, the Atlanta Royals. Royals are currently 2-7. Last week almost pulled off the upset of the season against the Crazy A's, but fell just short at the end. So, not a great season for them, and I don't have a lot of playoff analysis tonight for the NL. Unlike the AL, which has a super close race, the NL is mostly cut and dried. 4 teams are far ahead of the others. The only place I think there could be a shakeup is in the NL Central / wildcard race. The Braves could catch up with the Fishes or the Cubs, I think, but other than that, pretty uninteresting there. So we'll jump right into tonight's game, where we are taking on our division rivals, the Seattle Fishes, for the second time. We played each other 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. First game of the second half of the season. That was at the Fishes' home turf of Cement Gardens, and the Fishes won that matchup 9-3. So we'll see what happens here on the Royals' home turf. A win. So this game isn't important for the Royals. For the Fishes, it is somewhat important, just because they are only a couple games ahead of the Braves. So a win by the Royals tonight would definitely be damaging to the Fishes' chances. We'll see if that happens, though. Predictions for this game are mostly pretty clear-cut. This is a game with a very big consensus, and that consensus is Fishes. They are a 7-2 team facing a 2-7 team in the Royals. For most people, not too much thinking regarding that. But there is one prediction for the Royals, and it is me. I am predicting the Royals to win tonight because I think the Fishes are going to struggle here on SAD against the Royals' defense, as many teams do. And I think I can take advantage of that to and then pop out as many runs as I need to win. Will I? I don't know, but I can, and I'm choosing to be optimistic with this game tonight. Alright, so with all that said, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at good and bad days. Most significant good day for the Royals is a 2-ball batting boost for Vincent Sweet. No clue how that's going to affect the game, how well he's going to be hitting. But we'll see. Might get another random Vincent Sweet home run sometime in this game. Alright, rearrange my defense, which was set up for a different field, I think. And that's right, Vincent Sweet was having a bad day last week. But really? Is that how I want it to be? I guess, yeah, that'll work, and I'll just hope not to have any balls hit to right field. Alright, lineup will reset to normal, putting Sweet behind Scotty Roth. And let's take a look at the Fishes. I believe there are no good or bad days on this defense. And oh, never mind, Dante Robinson. This could be somewhat significant. In center field, nerfed to 6 running, and with a fielding nerf to boot. So, not going to be doing the best job out there in center. Now, I don't know how well I'll be able to take advantage of that, because I don't know how many balls will be hitting to center, but we'll see. Could make a difference. And for most of the rest of the Fishes' defense, it's decent, but not amazing fielders. I'd be lying if I said I remember any lessons I learned from our first game against the Fishes for how to play effectively against this defense, other than keep the ball away from Maxwell. So, that's about it for the game analysis. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what the Royals can do tonight. We scored 8 runs last week against the Crazy A's in our best performance of the season. Let's see if we can put up similar or better numbers tonight. Chucky Flinders starting as always. I could let somebody else on the mound for starts now, because I don't think there's any hope of Ace Wilson for Chucky. But if you have a great pitcher, might as well use him. Chucky's had a bit of a rough season. Several random home runs last game to further add on to the run total, which, as usual for me, is mostly from random home runs and power-ups. Not really through bad pitching performance, in my opinion. Anyway, Chucky strikes out whoever was batting leadoff in 3 pitches, and Jamie Rollins is now the hitter. And the first pitch off. You can go for strikeouts all you like in the first inning, regardless of your stance on withholding them to limit opponent's stamina, because they're at full stamina at the start of the game anyway. They're not getting any boost from striking out, so go for it. Try to get that more juice. And with a one-pitch interlude, Chucky also strikes out Jimmy Rollins. 2 up, 2 down. And the hitter is Gwen Sears. Fishes don't have a super intimidating offense, Yeah, I'm not sure how well this offense is going to do at Sandy. And high pop-up by Gwen near Keisha, but she runs away from the ball. Have to manually push her back, but she is able to snag it for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Fishes. Uneventful start to the game. Time to find out what the Royals can do. So yeah, I'll actually take a quick analysis of this offense. There's a lot of moderate power, fairly fast players on this team. Not a lot of big power on this team. They rely more on speed, I think, than power, and that usually is a recipe for not doing so well at the flats. So that kind of reinforces my prediction that the Royals win this week. Fishes, I don't think, are going to score many runs here. I'm going to go on the record. Fishes are going to score 5 runs or less this week. Keisha sticks strike 1, and the count is 1-1. And grounds one down the third base line over towards Potter. Potter does not have a good enough arm to catch Keisha at first, so easy single to start us off. I'll take it. Wing Quan, the hitter. Could go for grounder. If it gets hit far enough, that's a great strategy. The problem is, if it doesn't, then that's just going to be an easy out for Maxwell. So I do think line drive is the better play here. On sand, it's much more likely to just stop and be there for Maxwell to scoop up. Maxwell is going up for that one. Esther's the one who's going to field the ball. Ooh, and a laser from Esther to first. I thought Wing was safe, but Esther guns him out with a laser throw. So that is a first out. Keisha does advance to second on the play, though. Chucky Flinder now is a hitter. No chance for a double play at any rate. We'll see if Chucky can manage to get on base. Not a great hitter, only batting .240 for the season, and that's with his chance to use every power-up we've gotten, which admittedly has not been many. I think there's maybe been one game this season where the Royals have gotten to use power-ups. I think we'd be doing a lot better if we were earning power-ups. Let's put it that way. And I get too distracted in my talking about power-ups. I forget that there are 2 strikes on the count and that I should swing at anything in the strike zone, and Chucky is out looking. 2 outs in, and Julie Dunkel, the hitter. And I shifted my stance too far. Should definitely have been standing squared for that one. Instead, closed, hits a high pop-up for the first out. Those outs are on me. Messy play from Oops. Means the Royals accomplished nothing in the first and just wasted their best hitters. Oh well. 4 innings still to go. We'll get at least one more chance with Keisha and Julie to make a splash. Sarah Maxwell leading off for the Fishes in the 2nd inning. And she fouls one off. 0-2 still to count. There's not significant stamina for the Fishes to be recovering. I don't think there's any downside to striking them out right now. Chucky gets Sarah, and there is 1 out on the board. Veronica Lee, the hitter. Again, I just need to put up a few runs here. Don't need to have a huge game, I think, to stand a good chance at winning. Veronica hits one quite hard, though. Wing going out to left to try to get it, and he does grab it. 2nd out. Royals doing well so far. Dante Robinson now up. With a running nerf to just 6 speed, he is not going to be the most intimidating player on offense. Doesn't mean he can't get on base against me. It just means that he's going to have a much harder time. Pops one up. That's going into the outfield. Lots of people going for it. Julie positioned herself to get it on the bounce, I guess. Scotty tried to get it just short, so nobody's quite sure where to go for that ball, and so Dante does make it to first base. He does get the base hit. No perfecto today, not like I ever get them anyway. Linda Potter, the hitter. Good news is not a fast runner on first, not a strong hitter up to bat, and Dante makes things even easier by trying to steal second when he has no prayer of doing it. easily catch him stealing for the third out, and we are going to the bottom of the second. It is no score so far. And Scotty Roth is up for the Royals. Been doing quite well in recent games at just getting those dinky hits to the right place and beating them out. Get on base. He's now batting over 500. See if he can continue it here. Esther pops out a fireball. Goes high, and that's going to tire her out extra. Get Scotty to swing at the wrong time on a heat, though. I was doing a lot of that side game earlier tonight, so you'd think I'd be nice and warmed up and doing well, but I am playing very messily so far. 2-2 is a count. At least that time I remembered to swing. Not likely to accomplish much on that pitch, but you never know. Esther does not flub it. Scotty is out. One out, then, with Vincent Sweet, the hitter. Time to find out if we're going to get any mileage out of his batting boost tonight. First pitch is high for ball 1. Nasty pitch here for strike 1. We're definitely making Esther work here on nearly 20 pitches, which is not bad, and she threw a fireball, which will definitely take out her stamina. Again, I'm completely messing up with the timing on these heats, and it's starting to bug me. Get that one, though, so we at least put it in play. Straight to Potter, who's not able to make the play, but she is able to recover in time to still throw Vincent at first for the second out. Quiet game so far for the Royals. 0 big hits. Let's see if we can change that with Molly May as a hitter. Molly has had a very rough season. She's barely managed to accomplish anything. I know she's capable of some very nice big hits, but so far this season, it just haven't been coming. I'm not 1 or 2 home runs, I think, total on the season for her. If Molly was producing more consistently, that would be another thing that would definitely improve the Royals' prospects. And once again, I mess up with the timing. Strike out for out number 3. I definitely swung too early on that one. I'm a mess tonight, and my team is so far not accomplishing anything. Going into the third, no score. Oh yeah, that's right. Molly had a hitting boost last week and crushed one against the A's. But for the most part, has just struggled this season. Which could be said for a lot of the team. I do believe that the Royals are a playoff-capable team. If a better coach than me was coaching this team, I think they would be making a decent case for the playoffs. Maybe not getting into the playoffs with as tough of a division as they have, but at least making a good run for it. But I'm just not that good at scoring many runs with teams that don't have a lot of bats on them. I need lots of power on my teams. Power and super speed. The Royals have neither. And even with power and super speed, I'm still not the best player. Anyway, Jacinda is able to hit one up the middle to get on first. Might be a blessing there, though. As now we have a potential double play. Esther French places one perfectly to support that effort. Gonna get the easy out at first, and Keisha makes it in time. Double play, which means Chucky will have a power-up to play around with in the 3rd or 4th inning. Could be a big one. We'll see. That could be that one little push I need to get enough runs to beat out Chris. Crazy bunt at Sandy Flats is interesting, to say the least. I have not gotten any aluminum powers this season, unfortunately. But then, again, I haven't gotten that many power-ups, period, so. Nice looking pitch for Lena, but goes into no man's land. Linda gets the ball, is able to make the ball in time. In order to hit ground rule doubles, I need to hit the ball past the infield, and I haven't figured that part out yet tonight. Chad Capel now up. Early in the season, he was good at randomly getting singles. I'm not so sure how well he's been doing that lately. And hits one straight back to the mound. Esther overthrows it. But the sand stops the ball from rolling along, so it's still close enough for Jacinda to make the play. Royals are not accomplishing much 4th inning. Nobody on, 2 out. Keisha Phillips, a hitter. We're going to go for a solo shot here. Rough night. Just don't have it going on. I guess I could take a break and come back a different night, but I don't think it makes a big difference. Not with this team. Keisha fouls one off. It is 1-2. And smashes one on the line drive hit. That is going as it gone. It is. Solo shot by Keisha Phillips, I believe her first out of the park home run of the season. Home Run Derby semi-finalist showing her skills, and it is now 1-0 Royals. Alright, now the puzzle. What to do with Wing? Do I hit grounder and hope it goes far enough for him to beat it, for Sarah Maxwell not to get involved in the play? My answer is no, I think that's too big of a risk. Anytime it feels iffy regarding whether to use grounder or not, and I use it, I regret it. Unfortunately, line drive works no better here. Hits it straight to Jacinda for a 3rd out on a silver platter, which means that crazy bunt I earned is probably not going to be particularly impactful. I'll be surprised if Chucky gets a second at bat after the when he gets next inning. Anyway, though, solo shot by Keisha puts the Royals on the board. And we are doing well on defense. Chucky has given up just 2 hits so far this game. And the Fishes have posed no serious threat of scoring. Chucky strikes out Carlos Ocampo for the first out of the 4th. Jimmy Rollins is a hitter. 2 singles, one of which was caught stealing by a mile, the other one of which was turned into a successful double play. Rollins takes strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. Rollins struck out in the 1st. Can we get him again? Yes, we can. Strikeout number 6 for Chucky on the day. And there are 2 outs on the Fishes in the 4th inning. Brings up Wensiers. There you go. I guess I don't know how Chris will do with this team on sand. I know I would struggle with a lineup like this on sand. And I'm guessing that Chris is going to as well. The Royals have a stout defense for this field. Gonna go ahead and juice Chucky up in preparation for him busting out the crazy bunt next inning. Getting running as fast as possible. If we can get out of this inning. Misses strike zone with 1. Gwen fouls another one off. Still 2 strikes. And hits this one. Oof. That's going to be a base hit, I think. Takes a funny bounce. Julie is able to stop it from going farther. Oh. And she takes second base as the fielding controls once again work to my detriment. I could not cancel the order I'd made to throw the ball to the pitcher. So, runner on second then with 2 outs. Sarah Maxwell up. This is the most hazardous situation we've been in all game. Sarah fouls one off. Can we get this out? And stave off potential disaster. Yes, we can. Chucky strikes out Sarah Maxwell. And that gets the Fishes out in the 4th inning. Not a flawless game by Chucky, but a solid performance. Fishes, again, that was the closest they came to scoring, and it wasn't, I would say, a super scary situation. Going now to the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th inning. Let's see what we can do with a leadoff crazy bunt. That one is in the strike zone. Wasn't sure, didn't want to risk whiffing with the crazy bunt. Here we go. Let's see how far the Fishes defense can chase it. Sandy can be a very bad field for the crazy bunt depending, and yep, it's going to be one of those times. If the infield isn't fast enough, then that happens. They just sort of chase it around the infield and it dies before it ever makes it to the outfield because they can't go after it fast enough. So, Maybe not such a terrible thing that there weren't runners on base for that. We have another one in case Chucky gets another at-bat. He's now on first base. Let's see if Dunkel can do good things with that. Dunkel popped out to end the first inning when I used an ill-advised batting stance. Let's see what she can do here. Has been good the past 2 games. And smacks one to deep right center field. That one is not coming back into the infield anytime soon. With no runners on base, that's a guaranteed inside the park home run. I think it still is here. Dante with his running nerf taking a long time to get to it. Chucky is going towards home. Julie right behind him. They're going to get the ball in the infield, but nowhere close to a play there. Inside the park home run by Julie Dunkel. Another good performance for her as she has been coming alive in the second half of the season. And the Royals now lead 3-0, which is enough for me, honestly, to feel like I have a pretty decent shot at a win. But I will happily take more runs. Nobody out, which means that we are getting close to a guaranteed another at-bat by Chucky with a crazy bunt. So there's that. Esther has busted out 2 fireballs this inning, and I think is at the end of her rope in terms of stamina. 3-0 count against Scotty Roth, and that is nowhere close as she takes down her bar even further with a gratuitous big freeze. Scotty Roth walks on 4 pitches. Runner on first then, nobody out, and Vincent Sweet is a hitter. And yep, Esther is done. Linda Potter comes on to pitch, which I think means third base is going to be a very weak point in this defense. Esther has got to be gassed after 2 fireballs and a big freeze in the same inning. That's not pretty. Low for ball 1. Vincent does have a small batting boost today. No clue if it's enough to be impactful in this game. We will see. 1-2 as Vincent fouls one off. And that one was a ball. Too close for comfort. Swung and missed. So Vincent Sweet strikes out for the first out of the 4th. That brings up Molly May, who struck out earlier. Let's see if we can get a good deep shot from her, like we've been missing for most of the season. Ground rule double I would take, honestly. I'd be pretty happy with anything besides that. And almost threw it over Ocampo's head. No, and I made it to first base, but I was clicking too much. Mouse moved a bit, and Molly went for second and got tagged out for the double play. I was safe. I was there. We'd avoided the DP, and then this is bad. This is bad, ladies and gentlemen. So close to being in a great situation, but now it's going to need at least 2 successful hits in the 6th if we want Chucky's crazy bunt to make a reappearance, and we have to let no fishes on base if we don't want them to be scoring some runs off of us. Chucky does successfully strike out Veronica Lee. I think a complete shutout of this offense via repeated strikeouts is going to be the most reliable way to stop them from getting on base. Dante, despite his running nerf, did get on with a good hit in his first at-bat. Fouls this one off, though. Chucky, a bit of a slow start in terms of strikeouts, but now has 8 on the night. I'm not going to strike out Dante here, but Dante hits a pretty easy ground out, even with it taking Chucky and Lena a little bit to get to the ball. No serious danger there, so there are now 2 outs. Linda Potter is up. Struck out in her first plate appearance. Not what you would call an especially intimidating presence at the plate. Count is 1-1. Count is 1-2 as she swings and misses at a left hook. Gonna try to get K number 9 to put a lid on this inning. Not able to do it. Chucky going for home plate, gets in Lena's way, but we're still able to make the play on time. Keisha does not drop it at first. So, Fishes are retired in the 5th, going to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Royals' last chance to put some insurance runs on. Again, if we make it through 4 hitters, Chucky is up and he has a crazy bunt to use. And then Julie's up after that, so that's a good situation. We'll see if we can make it there, though. Lena Ang up first. Linda Potter leads off with a big freeze, and then... I've been horrible at timing my swings for these heats tonight. What? 0-2 the count. Get that one. That one's popping into left, though. Gwyn is there. She's going to catch that one, I think. Yep. And that is out number 1. Chad Capella's a hitter. Let's see if he can grab a base hit here. Smacks one up the middle. Dante coming in to get it. Is he going to be in time? He is. Is he going to catch it? No. Dante drops it. Barely getting to the ball. He's running and field and nurse coming into play there. Chad makes it to first. Let's see if we can make some good use of that. Keisha Phillips is up. Slammed one to the left center. In her last at-bat, which I think was, what, the 3rd inning? Let's see if she can get another big one. Again, she did make the semifinal round of the Home Run Derby this season. Did quite well there with power swing after. Not doing a lot with it before. I should have swung at that one. The big freezes still mess me up. And puts the bat on one which is in a dubious position. Chad holding back, though, in case it was caught, which turns out to be a terrible strategy. No chance at getting to second base, so now 2 outs. Alright, if Wayne can get on base, we have 2 fast runners on, and a crazy bunt up to the plate. Gonna go for grounder, because line drive didn't work so well the first 2 times. Though a lot is because I kept pitching it inside. It's a lot harder for him to get a base when he has to hit the ball towards first base. Wing has to get on base here, or else the Royals' scoring is done. 1-1 is count. I need just a 1 good pitch on the outside edge. A walk I'd also take. 2-1 is the count. Linda fires a fireball out, which is outside. 3-1, and Sarah Maxwell is coming on to pitch. That means Linda Potter is now behind the plate. Oh goodness, I don't know how to swing now. Keisha now able to steal second base easily, so that's a benefit. Linda behind the plate is now a complete liability, but now Sarah's on the mound, and that's going to be a menace. I'm gonna have to go line drive, otherwise too high of a chance of Sarah being the one who fields it. And unfortunately, not going to let us off easy here. And with a little pop, Sarah 1-hops it, but Wing is not able to make it to the base in time. Chucky and his crazy bunt will have to go unused. Fish is called the pitching range at the change at the perfect time. Wing was about to get on base with a walk, and we were about to go places, but then Sarah came on, pitched 2 fresh, perfect strikes, and that was all it took. Royals will be limited to 3 runs tonight. Not a super night. 1 big drive by Keisha, 1 big drive by Julie, and then only a little bit of successful hustle to get to base on full hits. That one goes off of Chucky's head, but Esther still isn't halfway to first base before she's thrown out. Alright, 2 outs. Carlos Ocampo, the Fish's last chance to do some damage on us. We are hoping for the +3, which, again, I think is going to be enough to beat Chris. Maybe? It's possible. I don't feel confident about it, though. I would still favor him in this matchup, honestly, with us scoring only 3 runs. If we'd scored a couple more in the 5th, then I would feel good about it here. Probably a loss, but given the circumstances, we at least have a chance at winning. Game over, then. Final score tonight. Royals 3, Fishes 0. Kind of a snoozer this time. If only. Kind of a snoozer this time. Not a very interesting game. Only 6 hits for the Royals all the time. Keisha Phillips, clear player of the game, going 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a home run. Julie also with a 2-run home run was good. Keisha and Julie did well, leading the team. It's the opposite of a lot of my games with this team, actually. A lot of games have been my top players can't get it done, but the lesser players step up and get on base a lot, but this time it was basically my top players were doing it all, and my other players just couldn't really make contributions, so, yep. That's all she wrote for that one, then. Very quiet night for the Royals. They can't all be nail-biters or exciting games. Next week, we stay at home, and we take on the Rockies. The winless Rockies. Royals hope to get win number 3 against a team that has struggled even more than they have. That will come again next week, so see you then. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody.